Welcome back, everyone. I've got a quick one for you today. I'm going to take this nice raw photo from shotkit.com, a cool photography and gear website, and develop it into this beautiful cityscape all in just around 4 minutes. Let me show you how I did it in Affinity Photo 2. I started by downloading this nice but somewhat washed out raw image from shotkit.com. They have 138 free raw images for you to practice on if you want. I'll leave a link in the description. Anyway, notice that when I open up Affinity Photo, the software takes me straight to the develop persona. You can see just a few tools on the left toolbar, and the right side of the studio looks totally different. I'm going to start by giving this image a little crop by selecting the crop tool on the left-hand toolbar. Then, I'll use the drop-down to select the original ratio, and then I'll drag the corner nodes inward. I really want to focus on the city and reflections here. Then, I pressed the Enter key to set my crop. Okay, I'll spend the rest of my time in the Develop persona working in the Basic Adjustments panel on the right side of the studio. I'll lower the exposure just a bit, raise up the black point about 7%, and lower the brightness down about 5%. I'll raise the contrast up slightly, and the clarity up by about 50%. I'll also raise up the saturation by 18% to bring out more color, and the vibrance up by around 12%. Finally, I'll move the temperature to the left a little to bring out a cooler tone to the image. This all looks way better to me, so I'll click the Develop button at the top left corner. Alright, now, if you've watched very many of my videos, you'll know I can't leave well enough alone. I can see a few stars in the sky, but I want a lot. So, it's time for a little bit of compositing. I can see a pretty clear delineation between the glow of the city and the sky above. So, I'll use the rectangular marquee tool to draw a rectangular selection over the city and water. Then, I'll click Command or Ctrl-J to duplicate that part of the image into a new layer. Next, I'll go to my stock panel to the right of the Layers panel and I'll type in Stars from the Pixels category. There's a nice little star field image right at the top, so I'll drag that out onto my canvas. I'll switch back to the Layers panel and then I'll use the Move tool to resize and rotate the star field image to where I want it. Alright, now I'll drag the star layer down below the city cutout layer so I can see the city again. Then, I'll select the star layer and then click on the Layer Mask button at the bottom of the Layers panel to add a mask to the star field. With the mask selected, I can then select the Gradient tool from the left-hand toolbar and drag my cursor from top to bottom. The whiter part of the gradient will show more stars. The blacker part will show less stars. Okay, one more thing, and then I'll let you go. This image still seems a little unbalanced to me. So, I'll select my crop tool from the left-hand toolbar. Then I'll change the aspect ratio drop-down to original ratio, and I'll drag the top right corner down just a little bit to where the shoreline is right at the bottom third of the grid. Then I'll click Apply to bake in the changes. And so, yeah, there you go. Alright, that's about it for today. If you learned something and want to see more of this kind of content, please click those like and subscribe buttons. And, if you're feeling generous, this channel runs on caffeine. There's a link to buy me a cup of coffee in the descriptions. Not necessary, but certainly appreciated. Have a great day, everyone.